think ultimately the equal protection under the law is going to be expanded to be certain to include the definition of marriage and making marriage equality there for everyone. It's just going to take the time to get there. In 10 years, this will look like an antiquated discussion, no different than equal protection for people based on gender and race. So I think the political climate is such that won't be the case. I mean, the governor's made it clear that he's not interested in signing that, and, we don't need to vet the issue just for the sake of theater. We have much else to do. But at the end of the day, I think that all of us as advocates need to continue to speak out, and if we ever see the opportunity for the legislature and the governor to do right thing, we should try to take advantage of that. I no different than anyone else, so who can predict what's going to happen? I was hopeful and optimistic that our own Supreme Court in New Jersey might have looked at the legislature in dealing with it as we were kind of directed to do through the courts without getting to the finish line in a way to allow them to interpret the law, which I think is clear that there can only be when marriage is when there's equal under the Equal Protection Clause in our Constitution. Marriage should fall within that ambit and equal protection meaning to all. And, unfortunately, our own Supreme Court looked at things in a different way. Hopefully, as they've directed, as a record is made through the court system below, when it ultimately returns to our Supreme Court, they too will do the right thing.
I think Assemblyman McKeon is a little premature. Obviously, there's an appeal that's been filed already for it to go to the appellate division. To have one judge overturn the votes of 7 million people that's the height of judicial activism in our estimation. And we think that many people would want to see this continue on in the process of debate. I don't think that Judge Walker is really the one person that should overturn what the meaning of marriage has been for our nation, for our societies, for cultures for thousands of years. Well, anyone could claim that civil unions are not working, but I think that's a very disingenuous statement, because if you look at the number of parties that have had access to civil unions in the gay community, as opposed to the numbers that have officially filed complaints, it's, I think, to date, 12 complaints out of close to 4,000 civil unions. I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. Civil unions are working, and they need more time to continue the process. I think we're going to find out that it's going to be the same type of situation. I don't think New Jersey is basically ready for further redefining marriage. I think most people agree, hey, the government has issued benefits to same-sex couples. That's where it should end. Civil unions is where it should end.